Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're doing something a bit different. A rapid synthesis, really. We're looking at the biggest tech trends set to define 2025 and 2026. Think AI, sustainability, intelligent automation.
All the big hitters.
Exactly. So if you need that shortcut to understand where things are heading fast,
Yeah.
well, this is it.
Yeah, we've basically crunched down a whole stack of reports. Gartner's big strategic trends, Simplilearn, KPMG forecasts, even specialized stuff from semiconductors and biotech.
So distilling it all.
Right. The aim is to give you a clear picture of where innovation is really accelerating so you can see the vectors and, importantly, where maybe your own skills need to adapt.
And the central idea, the hook for this whole era, seems to be this shift from just assisting us.
To full autonomy.
Precisely.
Yeah.
We're talking self-driving digital systems. Let's make it concrete. Imagine, say, marketing in 2026.
Okay.
An autonomous AI agent has worked overnight, built a personalized campaign, tested the creative, costed it all out.
Already adjusting budgets based on early data?
You got it. Yeah. Adjusting budgets in real time pushes it live. And this is all done before your first coffee, like 9:10 a.m.
Wow. Zero human touch needed for the whole process.
Zero. That's the kind of end-to-end workflow we're moving towards.
And that speed, that autonomous action, that's the urgent part, isn't it? Systems aren't just, helping anymore.
Yeah.
They're acting independently across entire business operations. I mean, the World Economic Forum thinks 23% of current jobs could be disrupted by 2027.
That's a huge number.
It is. And this is crucial, that same shift. It's also projected to open up something like 69 million new roles.
So disruption and opportunity.
Exactly. New, high-value, tech-focused roles, but only for those who are, ready for this new landscape.
Okay, so let's dig into what actually drives these autonomous systems. First up, Gartner's top trend, agentic AI.
Right. And that term, agentic, is key. AI assistant just feels dated now.
Yeah, it implies it needs direction.
Exactly. These aren't just tools waiting for commands. They're agents. They can actually reason, they can plan out multi-step actions, and then, crucially, they execute on their own.
Handling massive workflows.
Potentially entire end-to-end organizational processes. It's a big leap.
So what's the market saying? Is the money following this?
Oh, absolutely. The market for autonomous AI itself projected near $12 billion by 2026.
Okay, significant.
But here's the really startling bit. The ROI expectations. Get this, 62% of CIOs. They expect over 100% return on their agentic AI investments.
Over 100%. Wow.
And the average expected return is pegged at 171%.
171%.
Yeah. So you see, this isn't about incremental improvement, like making a task 10% faster.
No, this is replacement.
It's about fundamentally replacing entire traditional workflows. That's the bet being made.
Okay, that 171 number is... That's pretty wild. It makes sense then why the focus is shifting so fast to making AI reliable, making it enterprise ready.
Which brings us neatly to generative AI 2.0.
Right. We're past the, hey, look, AI wrote a poem stage.
Definitely past the novelty phase. Now it's all about serious enterprise-grade integration.
Meaning
fine-tuning models on your company's own data, your proprietary stuff, and relying heavily on more sophisticated techniques. Raji is a big one here.
Or by retrieval augmented generation. Okay, break that down.
Sure. So basically, instead of the AI just using the often outdated data it was trained on,
which can lead to those weird hallucinations.
Precisely. RJ teaches the model to quickly go out, find, and pull in up-to-the-minute verified information, often internal company data, before it generates an answer.
So it checks its facts against current reality.
Exactly. It drastically cuts down on errors and makes the output actually relevant and accurate for that specific business context. You can finally start to, trust the outputs for real decisions.
And if you scale that trust across the economy,
the potential is just enormous. McKinsey's figures suggest this could unlock somewhere between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion in annual value.
Trillion with a T.
Trillion with a T across all sorts of industries. Adoption's already happening fast. McKinsey found 65% of organizations are regularly using Gen AI now.
And this rapid spread must be fueling the need for easier development tools, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone's a hardcore coder.
Absolutely spot on, which leads to the rise of low-code, no-code, and AI-assisted development.
Making it easier for more people to build things.
Hugely easier. Gartner thinks something like 80% of tech products will soon be built by people who aren't traditional IT pros. They'll be using these simplified platforms.
80%.
Yeah. And even for the professional developers, the ones who do code, AI co-pilots are changing their world.
Like GitHub Copilot and similar tools?
Exactly. Our sources say 90% of software professionals use AI tools daily now, and it's saving them nearly 2 hours a day on average.
Wow, 2 hours back per day.
Yeah,
That's a massive productivity boost.
it really is.
But okay, if we have all this powerful self-driving AI being built faster and faster, often by non-experts, you desperately need some guardrails.
You absolutely do. You need the braking system, as you put it, and that's AI governance and regulation.
Moving from optional to essential.
Definitely. It's shifting from a nice-to-have or purely ethical discussion to a hard operational requirement. You look at things like the EU AI Act, expected to be fully active around 2025.
That's forcing companies globally to take this seriously.
It is. Transparency, data security, algorithmic fairness, these have to be built in from the start. They can't be afterthoughts anymore.
And there's a market emerging around this.
Oh, yeah. The market for AI governance and compliance tools and services is projected to hit $1.4 billion by 2030.
So it's not just about avoiding fines.
Not at all. Companies that get this right, that can prove their AI is transparent, fair, and checked for bias, they're going to win.
How so?
They'll win customer trust, which is huge. They'll get access to the best data sets, the high-value ones. They'll secure critical partnerships. It's becoming a real competitive advantage built purely on trust and responsible practices.
Okay, so we've got the autonomous software logic and the governance layer. Let's shift to the physical world, the hardware making it all possible. Where's the cutting edge there?
Well, one big trend is intelligence moving out of the giant data centers and closer to where the action is. That's edge AI and TinyML.
Edge AI, so processing on the device itself.
Exactly. For the longest time, serious AI needed the cloud's horsepower. Edge AI flips that. It puts the intelligence right onto your smartwatch or an autonomous drone or a sensor on a factory floor.
And TinyML is key to that.
It is. TinyML involves using these incredibly efficient, highly compressed machine learning models that can run on very low power hardware.
What are the advantages? Why do that?
Two huge ones. First, latency. If the decision's made right there on the device, it's instant. No round trip to the cloud and back.
Crucial for things like self-driving cars or real-time robotics.
Absolutely. And second, privacy. If the sensitive data, say, from a health wearable never has to leave your device to be processed, that's a massive win for privacy and security.
Makes sense. Okay, sticking with hardware shifts. Quantum computing. This always felt like it was perpetually 10 years away.
Right. It's been the ultimate over-the-horizon tech. But things are changing fast. We're shifting from pure theory towards, well, actual commercial applications.
Seriously.
Yeah. IBM, for instance, is predicting we might actually see practical quantum advantage by 2026.
Define practical quantum advantage.
It means a quantum computer solving a real-world, commercially relevant problem faster or better than the absolute best classical supercomputer we have today.
Okay, that would be a milestone. How are they doing it?
The focus right now is mostly on hybrid quantum classical algorithms.
Hybrid, so mixing quantum and traditional computing.
Exactly. You use the quantum system for the specific, incredibly complex calculation where it excels, but you use classical computers for the control, the input-output, error correction, essentially managing the quantum part.
And where are we seeing pilots of this?
Areas like finance for modeling incredibly complex financial risks and material science, like discovering new molecules for drugs or catalysts, problems that classical computers just choke on.
Fascinating. Okay, let's get even more fundamental. Down to the silicon itself, semiconductors. What are the big breakthroughs happening there in 2025?
ING highlighted three key ones. The first is at the absolute heart of the chip, the transistor design itself.
We're moving beyond FinFET.
We are. The next big thing is gate-all-around, or GAA transistors.
Okay, GAA, what's the difference?
Think of a standard FinFET like having the control gate touch three sides of the channel the current flows through. GAA, as the name implies, wraps the gate all the way around the channel.
So more contact.
4 sides of control instead of 3. It gives engineers much tighter control over leakage, dramatically boosts power efficiency, and lets you pack transistors even denser.
And that's coming soon.
Expected to hit production lines at giants like TSMC and possibly Intel very soon. It's a major architectural shift.
Huge. Okay, innovation number 2.
Tackling the enemy of speed. This involves backside power delivery, or BPC.
Backside power. Sounds interesting. How does that work?
It's actually a radical redesign of how power gets to the transistors. Traditionally, the tiny wires delivering power run on the same layer as the wires carrying data signals.
Which causes interference and heat, right?
Massive amounts. It's like having local roads and highways all crammed together. BPD basically builds an overpass. It moves the entire power delivery network to the backside of the silicon wafer.
Completely separating power and data lines.
Exactly. This massively reduces electrical resistance, cuts down heat generation, and allows for much cleaner, faster signal transmission on the front side. It's a really elegant solution to a fundamental bottleneck.
Very clever. And the third, semiconductor innovation.
It's about how you put all these incredibly complex pieces together, advanced assembly and packaging. Specifically, TSMC is pushing ahead with techniques like CoWoS.
CoWoS sounds like alphabet soup. What is it?
It basically stands for chip on wafer on substrate, with the L indicating a specific advanced version. Think of it like this. Building one single, enormous, perfect chip is incredibly hard and expensive. Yields drop like a stone.
Right.
So instead, you build smaller, specialized chips called chiplets that are easier to manufacture perfectly. Then you use super sophisticated packaging like CoWoS to essentially stitch these chiplets together seamlessly on a silicon interposer.
Creating a monster chip out of smaller building blocks.
Exactly. You get a massive, highly interconnected processing unit that behaves like one giant chip. This is absolutely critical for training the enormous AI models we're seeing now, which need unbelievable amounts of connected compute power.
And all these hardware shifts, they're having knock-on effects on the dominant players. You mentioned the traditional PC architecture.
Yeah, the old Windows on a x86 chip dominance, it's definitely facing pressure, slowly but surely being displaced.
Why, what?
Two main forces. First, the incredible success and efficiency of ARM-based processor designs. Apple really showed the way here with their M-series chips, proving ARM could do high-performance computing very efficiently. Now others are following.
Better power efficiency is key.
Crucial, especially for mobile, but now even in data centers. And the second force, equally important, is the software side, specifically the CUDA programming language from NVIDIA.
CUDA. The AI standard.
It really is. It has become the de facto standard for programming the complex parallel processing needed for modern AI models. So if you're serious about cutting-edge AI development or training,
You're essentially in the NVIDIA CUDA ecosystem.
pretty much. Regardless of whether the underlying processor is by 86 or ARM, CUDA's dominance is a huge factor shaping the hardware landscape.
Okay, let's pivot now. We've seen the AI, the governance, the hardware. How is this convergence actually transforming specific industries? Let's start with healthcare and precision medicine.
Right. The growth figures here are just staggering. The market's projected to hit almost $500 billion by 2034.
Wow. $469 billion. What's driving that explosion?
It's entirely about moving away from one-size-fits-all treatments towards tailoring medicine to the individual, using their unique mix of genetics, environment, lifestyle data, everything.
And that requires new approaches.
Two major trends are enabling this. First is the multi-omics expansion.
Multi-omics, meaning...
Going beyond just genomics, just looking at DNA. It's about integrating all the layers of biological data, proteomics, proteins, metabolomics, metabolites, transcriptomics, RNA, the whole picture.
To get a much deeper, holistic view of what's happening inside a patient.
Exactly. A much richer understanding of disease mechanisms at an individual level. And perhaps unsurprisingly, precision oncology targeted cancer treatments is really leading the charge here. It commands over half the market share currently.
Makes sense. Given these urgency in cancer, what's the second trend?
It relates directly to handling all this incredibly sensitive patient data. You can't just upload everyone's genetic code to a standard cloud server.
Right. Privacy and compliance are huge hurdles.
Absolutely. So the solution gaining traction is federated data analytics.
Federated, meaning the data stays put.
Precisely. Instead of moving massive, sensitive data sets to a central location for analysis, the analysis tools, the algorithms are sent to the data wherever it resides securely.
Usually within these things called trusted research environments, or TREs.
Exactly. Think of a TRE as a highly secure digital vault or bunker. Researchers can run their analyses inside it, get aggregated results back, but the raw patient data itself never leaves that protected environment.
So it maintains privacy.
Essential for privacy and regulatory compliance, yes, but it also enables something critical: multi-site collaboration.
How so?
Think about researching rare diseases. No single hospital has enough patients. You need to combine data from institutions all over the world. Federated analytics and TREs provide a secure way to do that collaborative analysis without ever pooling the raw, identifiable patient data in one place.
Very smart. Okay, let's switch gears completely to energy and mobility. The holy grail seems to be all-solid-state EV batteries.
Oh, it's a massive race. Everyone knows current lithium-ion batteries with their liquid electrolytes have limitations, range anxiety, safety concerns.
Right, the liquids are flammable.
Exactly. Solid state promises higher energy density, more range, and much better safety. But the challenge has always been making them work reliably. They tend to be brittle, and getting good contact between the solid parts is tricky.
But we're seeing breakthroughs.
We are seeing some really compelling progress. Recent work, particularly from researchers in China, seems to have cracked some key problems.
What do they do?
They tackled that interface problem, getting lithium ions to move smoothly between the solid electrode and the solid electrolyte. They cleverly used iodine ions, sort of like tiny traffic cops.
Traffic cops.
Yeah, these iodine ions attract the lithium ions and help smooth out the contact points, plugging microscopic gaps. This dramatically improved the flow, the conductivity.
Okay, that's clever chemistry. What else?
They also addressed the brittleness issue. They developed a flexible polymer skeleton within the solid electrolyte.
So it's not just a solid ceramic block.
No, this polymer structure gives it flexibility. Reports say it could be bent something like 20,000 times without failing. That's huge for manufacturing and durability.
Addresses a major manufacturing hurdle. And safety.
They added a fluoro reinforcement shield layer as well. This apparently passed really demanding needle penetration tests, something liquid cells often fail catastrophically. So, much safer.
Okay, chemistry, flexibility, safety. What's the payoff for the driver? What does this mean for EV range?
This is the exciting part. The researchers estimate these breakthroughs could allow a relatively small, say 100-kilogram battery pack to deliver over 1,000 kilometers of range.
1,000 kilometers, that's over 620 miles.
Exactly, pushing way past what most current EVs offer. I mean, Mercedes did a special hypermiling run with a modified EQS that hit 1,200 kilometers, but this suggests making that kind of range standard from a much smaller, lighter pack.
That would fundamentally change the game for EV adoption globally.
Absolutely. Range anxiety could become a thing of the past.
So as we build this world full of autonomous AI, super efficient hardware, and transformative tech like solid-state batteries, we need to think about how we fit in. The human-machine synergy.
Yeah, that's Gartner's third big theme, right? And a key part of that is how our digital and physical worlds merge. That's where spatial computing comes in, AR, VR, mixed reality.
Augmented reality, virtual reality.
Yeah.
This stuff has been demoed for years. Is it finally moving beyond demos?
It seems to be. We're seeing it move into becoming an essential part of the actual workspace, not just a cool gimmick.
How so? Where's the real value?
It's about delivering digital information overlaid onto your physical reality exactly when and where you need it. This can lead to serious productivity gains.
Got an example?
Sure. General Electric did a trial equipping their maintenance technicians with AR glasses.
Okay.
These glasses would instantly overlay schematics, diagnostic data, step-by-step repair instructions right onto the machine they were looking at.
So hands-free guidance.
Exactly. The result: a reported 34% increase in productivity per worker.
34%.
Yeah.
That's not trivial.
Not at all. When you see numbers like that, it stops being a demo and starts being a serious business driver.
But okay, if machines are guiding us this directly and AI is acting autonomously, the questions around trust, ethics, and security become even more critical, don't they?
Absolutely paramount. How do you ensure fairness? How do you ensure stability when the systems are so deeply integrated?
Which leads to another trend.
The rise of disinformation security. Companies are waking up to the fact that they need systematic ways to discern truth from fiction online.
Especially with generative AI making it easy to create fake content.
Exactly. Protecting your brand reputation, anticipating how AI can be weaponized to create harmful narratives. It's becoming a core security function.
And there are broader ethical challenges, too.
Oh, definitely. Think about dual-use technologies, an AI-controlled drone, for example.
Right. It could be used for something positive, like inspecting bridges or power lines.
Or it could potentially be armed and used for military or surveillance purposes. The same core tech has positive and negative applications.
That creates complex ethical dilemmas.
Immense dilemmas, and it makes the role of ethics advisors increasingly important. People who can actually bridge the gap between the highly technical details of AI models and the real-world ethical implications, like spotting and preventing algorithmic bias before it causes harm.
So if you wrap all this together, The AI boom, the hardware shifts, the sector transformations, the ethical needs. What's the investment climate look like? Where's the money flowing?
Well, the venture capital world has certainly made its priorities clear. KPMG's data showed global VC funding hit $120.7 billion in Q3 of 25.
Another huge quarter.
Yeah, that was the fourth consecutive quarter over the $100 billion mark. And the overwhelming driver,
Let me guess. AI.
AI-related investments, absolutely dominated, whether it's funding for the big foundational models or specialized AI applications in biotech, finance, you name it. That's where the big bets are being placed.
Okay, so that brings it back to the listener, to you. With all this change, all this investment, the opportunities must be significant for people who adapt.
They are vast. But the key is adaptation and acquiring the right mix of skills.
What kind of roles are emerging as future-ready?
The roles that are really commanding attention and high salaries are those that blend deep technical expertise with that crucial understanding of ethics and governance.
Right.
Things like senior AI engineer, AI product manager, someone who understands both the tech and the business need, and, critically, roles like cloud security architect, focusing on securing these complex AI-driven systems.
And the compensation reflects that demand.
Definitely. These roles often command very competitive, premium salaries because success in this new era really requires blending three things.
Okay.
Your human judgment, which is irreplaceable, rigorous data literacy, understanding the data, and then immediate fluency with this new generation of autonomous tools and platforms.
Judgment, data literacy, tool fluency. Got it. So 2026 really feels like a convergence point.
It does. A year where the software, the hardware, the ethical frameworks, they're all kind of catching up to enable this truly autonomous future. It demands high adaptability from everyone.
A fascinating and maybe slightly daunting picture.
It is, and maybe let me leave you, the listener, with one final provocative thought to mull over.
Go for it.
We talked about how NVIDIA's CUDA dominates AI software and how efficient ARM designs are pressuring the traditional x86 server architecture.
Right.
Now, add in that prediction from IBM. If they do achieve practical quantum advantage by 2026, how quickly could that, combined with ARM and CUDA, accelerate the decline of those traditional data center setups? Could we see a much faster shift towards entirely new kinds of computing infrastructure than we currently anticipate?
Quantum adding another disruptive layer to the already shifting sands of server architecture. A profound question indeed. Lots to think about. Thank you for exploring this knowledge frontier with us today.
My pleasure.
See you next time on The Deep Dive.